hard to explain the feeling walking out of here last night and the toughness these guys showed to come back into this place. And obviously the fans were into every pitch of this, as they should have been. Well-pitched game on both sides. I thought Jamie got better as this thing went along. I thought their lefty was also very good. The strikeouts started to mount on both ends of it. I think there were 28 strikeouts in the game. But I felt like he got better as the game went. Maybe slider, maybe a little bit more depth as you went, and the fastball had life the whole time. And we're mindful of the pitch count and what's coming next for these guys, and we felt that that was enough. I thought he threw a great game. The first inning, you would think with the stuff he was running out there, that would have been tough, but they seemed like they were on it, and I think he was able to navigate and get a little bit better as he went through the outing. If you're going to score in these things, you have to have timely hits. And Gage had a big one, Max had a big one, and then there were some other ones in there that set up maybe the third and final run. But the timeliness, there hasn't been a lot of offense, but the timeliness for us has been very important. And if you don't get some clutch two-out hits in this setting with those type of arms and athletes, you're going to have a hard time scoring. And this has not been easy to score, as you can obviously tell. I thought Mason Martinez, to get the punch out, it was a good matchup. He executed it. We didn't expect to get the walk of the leadoff guy, but Prescott was ready to go. And Micah said from day one, this guy's going to throw 100 miles an hour. And that was really the first time it's flashed on that board. So he pitched great. Command of his slider. I think he threw maybe a good changeup to the one lefty that he struck out. Timely double play. That was big. I can't remember the inning. That was the top of the eighth, I think. Maybe the guys do a nice job with that, and that was a big double play. They're all big, but that one clearly stood out. But I can't say enough about what Jamie did. Gage's big base hit, played a good right field. Tough to win this, and the feeling of walking in here, I can't really explain it, of how difficult that is to endure the last 10 or 15 minutes of that game last night, and for these guys to respond and own the day and own the moment and own the pitches and take ownership. We had to take ownership last night in a difficult thing, and they showed their toughness today.
Isaac? For Gage, the Oregon State starter, he's been, a low or high 80s, low 90s guy all year. Was there any surprise in the dugout when he kind of comes out there and pops 95? Was that something you guys had to adjust to early?
We normally do a really good job of our scouting reports before games. We had a good idea of what his latest outings were. We try not to be surprised. We expect the best from a great team like Oregon State. So you're always expecting the best. So we're just out here competing, putting good ABs together.
Jamie, coach mentioned it, just they were battling you in the beginning and you were able to settle in. Just how you were able to regroup after the first, and really what was working for you as the game went on, that you were finding your groove?
Yeah, at the beginning of the game, my slider was a little shorter than it's normally. I think just found my slot with that and kind of just started pounding the zone with it. I think I was a little tired to start the game. Jet lag's a real thing. Had some caffeine during the middle of it, and I started feeling better. So just more upbeat those last couple innings.
Jamie, coach has talked a couple times about how difficult it was last night. What was it like vibe-wise showing up today? Maybe both of the players could speak to just the vibe of the team when you guys got here today.
Yeah, yesterday was tough. I think everyone came today ready to play, and he got him to shot a flush last night and move on, and we did that, and we came out ready to go.
Link, it just feels like you guys have had a lot of moments the last couple of years that have kind of been gut-wrenching, and you've been able to bounce back from it so many times. Just what is it about your program that allows the guys to respond to adversity so well?
Well, we talk a lot about the frequency of baseball games, and you have to be able to endure some tough wins, losses, fun win, gut-wrenching loss. And then within that, you have the individual performances that may or may not have gone your way. And sometimes there might have been a good win, but it doesn't mean that your performance was something to be proud of. So you have to look at each competition as an independent event and try to be ready to go and task at hand and manage what's coming at you. Because last night's game only impacts today if we walk in here and mope, and it's not going to go well if that's the case. So to play the sport, you have to frequently regroup and handle really good moments. Some players have such a good moment and they can't grasp how to go back to work and repeat. So you have to be able to handle both. And there have been some very difficult moments the last 2 years. You're in a pretty good spot to experience it when you're in this part of the season. But that also adds another layer of how tough it is. And we try to talk through this and respond and make sure they're prepared. And at the end of the day, if you're prepared and you go execute your A game, you're going to be okay. Gut-wrenching loss, really good win. You have to be able to stack executed games and performances and pitches and plays and at-bats.
Gage, those 4, 5, 6 innings kind of flew by, like both starters, 1, 2, 3 or close to innings. What was the kind of mood in the dugout going into that 7th inning where, there's that leadoff walk and you guys start putting pressure on?
Yeah, I looked around at all the guys and I was like, all right, has everybody been in the same spots all game? So the first thing I did was I got everybody to move. So we just had a little switch swap around. And so that ended up working out for us a little bit. But yes, the leadoff walk, it's more leverage than you know. It's just having a guy on in that late situation and wanting runs and needing runs at the end of that game, it's a real force, it's real pressure. And so, so I was proud of our guys, and we keep our energy up really well. We have some veterans in there that hold it all together, and so it's been a lot of fun.
Coach, you guys went to Martinez in the 7th there with 2 outs to face Arquette. I'm just curious what you liked about that matchup and how hard did you have to fight Jamie I'm sure he wanted one more batter there.
Yes. He always wants that and has really earned that. But we're protecting in some sense and probably could have been fine. But when you get the pitch count where it was after a pretty extensive outing in the regional, that was enough. And we had 2 plans based on where we were and what the traffic was on the bases. And Mason has 2 good breaking balls, and we thought that was a better matchup at that point. So that's why we did that. Had it been clean and we're starting an inning, we favor Prescott a little bit. And I know Martinez hadn't pitched a lot, but there was a point in time in this season, he was down for a period of time, but there was a point in time where he was really performing. And it's in there. And you're in a situation where you need maybe more breaking ball stuff, and that's what we did.
Gage, Oregon State wins the first game. You guys win tonight. Does that give you guys momentum going into tomorrow? How do you feel about your chances for tomorrow?
I love our chances. We're playing good ball. Oregon State's a really, really good competitive team. They've shown that they can be there, and that we've shown that we can be there too. And so I think tomorrow you're really going to see some sparks flying for both teams, and I think it should be a great last game.
Jamie, after the second, it just felt like you were willing your team and competing as hard as you could to get through that. Just how much have you enjoyed competing in this uniform the last 3 years? And for Link, just what can you say about Jamie as a competitor?
It's been all I've ever wanted. I mean, I grew up a Florida State fan. I committed here as soon as I could have. I'm just blessed to be here. I've been blessed to be around this staff for the past 3 years. I didn't commit under Link, but it was a blessing that he got the job and he was here. I loved playing for Florida State. There's nothing better than being a guy from Florida and playing for them. So I've been blessed.
Well, I look back to his freshman year, and there were some spot starts, right, and some relief stuff. And there was a point where you and I had a heart-to-heart about taking the next step as a pitcher. And I could see what was under the hood, and I wasn't sure he had quite figured out what the capability could be and actually needed to be. And when you look back at how, if you were looking at the calendar a couple years ago and how this ended for us and where we are now, he's learned how to work at this. And when you work hard, the tendency when you go out onto the field is there's that gear of compete and engage because you've diligently put in the time and the effort to walk out there to try to learn how to perform. And I've never coached a player that has taken it from where we were to where this thing is right now on the mound. So he's a special individual, special family, special talent, special work ethic. And when you mix all that up, you see what he's built for himself.
Any more questions? All right, last question there. Gage, obviously the emotions are probably high when you guys got back to the hotel last night, but when you realized Jamie would be on the mound tomorrow, just how much confidence did that give you guys, and how much fun is it playing behind him as one of your captains?
It gives you a lot of confidence going into it. He's shown up in every big situation that we needed him to. We knew that, you know, he was going to have our back and we were going to have his. Whether his stuff was there today or not, we were both going to be there. You know, we were both going to support each other with what we needed to do to get the win today. He pitched great today, and as always, and so it's fun to play defense behind him. You know, it's easy, and so it's been a good time. It's been fun, but the Lord's really blessed me to be able to be a part of this team this year with Jamie and all the rest of the guys. It's truly a blessing.
Thanks, everyone.